Welcome back to the Sage Audio channel. Today we'll cover how to clean up a muddy master. We'll cover 3 forms of processing that you can use to clean up your master, and then listen to a before and after of each effect. So if you could, like, subscribe to the channel, and stick around for the full video. But first, if you're an artist, engineer, or producer, and you have a mix that you need mastered, send it to us at sageaudio.com. We'll master it for you and send you a free mastered sample of it. All you gotta do is set up an account, upload the song, and we do the rest. A muddy master is always a challenge for an engineer. Controlling bass frequencies when you can only affect the stereo signal means you'll have to use some techniques to isolate and attenuate problem frequencies. Fortunately, digital processing and processing in general has become a lot more accommodating for these types of issues. Using various forms of processing, we can isolate and attenuate these frequencies. Let's keep things simple and break this up into 3 parts, as we cover 3 different forms of processing that you can use to clean up a muddy master. These are mid-side equalization, multiband compression and expansion, and high IPS or inches per second tape machine emulation. Let's start by looking at how to use mid-side equalization to clean up a muddy master. Using mid-side equalization to clean up your master is fairly simple. Enable mid-side equalization and create a high-pass filter on the side band. Then increase the frequency of this band to 130 Hz. This is going to attenuate any bass frequencies that are on the side image. If you've checked out our other blog posts or videos before, then you know that we talk about this a fair amount, but it really is one of the quickest and best ways to clean up your master. By attenuating the side image's low frequency range, you make this low range mono. This means that the kick and the bass will stay centered in the mid image. Bass frequencies in the side image can work for some genres, but more often than not, they cause a sense of muddiness or a lack of focus. The FabFilter Pro Q3 is a great option for this technique, but if you're in Logic Pro X, you can enable mid-side processing on their stock plugin. Let's take a listen to the effect. Next, let's look at how to use multiband compression and expansion to clean up a muddy master. A multiband compressor can be used to both compress and expand the low frequency range, meaning that you can attenuate what's making the master sound muddy and amplify what adds to the master's clarity. The exact frequencies that you're going to affect is going to depend on the master that you're engineering. However, typically speaking, muddiness comes about by having a less than distinct kick and having a heavy bass. Additionally, these 2 instruments will blend together, causing an undefined or muddy sound. With that in mind, use the multiband compressor, in this case the FabFilter Pro MB, to find the most prominent kick frequencies. If the bass doesn't overlap with these too much, you can simply expand the kick. But if you find that the kick and bass blur together, then expanding these will only exacerbate this issue. When this is the case, lower the amplitude of the kick frequencies and then introduce expansion that only occurs when the kick hits. This will make for a more dynamic master and will help separate the kick from the bass. Lastly, find where the most aggressive bass frequencies are and attenuate them. By attenuating these frequencies, not only will you clear up some of the muddiness, you'll further augment your dynamic range. Although finding the exact frequencies to expand and attenuate might take some time, once you get the hang of using multiband expanders, it does come a lot easier. Typically, you can isolate the frequency band to help you better understand which frequencies are causing the problem. Let's take a listen to the effect. Last up, let's look at how to use tape machine emulation to clean up a muddy master. Although it isn't too common to see tape emulation used to clean up a master, it can significantly increase its clarity. By attenuating low frequencies while mildly distorting higher ones, tape machine emulation has the ability to clean up a master and make it less muddy. Now, it should be noted that this really only works when using a higher tape speed, ideally 30 inches per second. If you use a tape plugin that only allows for 15 inches per second emulation, you most likely won't notice a huge effect. Furthermore, if you use a low tape speed like 7.5 inches per second or lower, then this is going to have the opposite effect and cause your master to become even muddier, so be careful not to do this. To explain, by raising the tape speed, it's more difficult for a tape machine to replicate or reproduce low frequencies, somewhat similar to if you sped up a vinyl record. Now, a couple of plugins that you can use to achieve this are Softube's tape plugin and Tone Booster's RealBus plugin. Additionally, if you do use this technique, try to minimize crosstalk, as this is going to lead to stereo widening, which might make the effect worse if you already have a muddy master. Let's take a listen to the effect. Lastly, let's listen to all three effects being used on a master simultaneously. So, these are our thoughts on how to clean up a muddy sounding master, but what do you think? Is there a technique that you know of that we didn't cover here? Let us know in the comments section below. Also, if you're an artist or an engineer, send us one of your mixes at sageaudio.com. We'll master it for you and send you a free mastered sample. All you have to do is set up an account, upload the song, and we do the rest. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and share this video with your friends. This way we know if you'd like to see more videos like this one. Also, you can subscribe to the channel. We release new videos every week, and subscribing is the best way to stay up to date. There's a comment section where you can leave your thoughts on this video, or you can make a suggestion for a future video. And again, if you're an artist or an engineer and you have a mix that you need mastered, send it to us at sageaudio.com. We'll master it for you and send you a free mastered sample. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.